Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everyone in YouTube land, and welcome once again to Lancing with Myself, the 5-minute weekly show where I talk about being a freelance game designer, especially when you're low on spoons and low on cash, which so many of us are these days, and it's just getting harder and harder. Today, I want to talk about we talked about what I talked about last time, which is about getting collaborators and building a community, because that's where the strength is. You know, the thing that keeps individual designers going is the ability to rely on other people for rest, for inspiration, for encouragement, for just checking in and having that moment of collaboration and connection, and for finding work, finding ideas, finding people who want to work with you. It's all about reaching out and building stuff with other people. So it's really important to do that. And one of the best things you can do as part of that is trading work. We talked about last time about finding collaborators. It's often going to be the case that there are stuff that you need to do to finish your game that you can't do on your own. You might just have run out of time. You might have run out of patience. You might have run out of sanity. There was lots of stuff on Relics where I just was like, Struth, I need this. I needed for the quick start guide, I needed some rules to be written. That summarize the rules down, and I was too close to it and too tired and too busy to write a summary of the rules. So I had a friend write it for me. I had no money to pay him, but he was working on an RPG. He said, can you help me write my bestiary? It was 2,000 words for 2,000 words. That, my friends, is payment in kind. This is why it's good to be a freelancer. This is why it's good to try all sorts of things. This is why it's good to be ready to jump into any kind of role, and why you should try working on any kind of role so that you're ready to work in kind with anyone else. You know, you want to work on all sorts of parts of game design so that when someone says, look, this is what I need, you can be there to offer it, and therefore you can trade it for the things that you need. And be ready to ask for these kind of things. You know, there are people out there who are going to be able to do them, who are better placed than you to do them, you know, that find it easier than you. The hardest thing about game design is there's a whole suite of things, and some of these things you're going to be better at than you are at others. You're going to be better at some things than you are at others, but also you're going to like doing some things more than you are at others. I like being at conventions. I like talking to gamers. I like selling my game. I don't really like GMing that much. I'm tired of it. So I've had to reach out and find GMs. I didn't have them at first, but now I do. And it's a beautiful thing, and I can return that with cash, but I can also do payment in kind. I can, you know, consult on people's games. I can promote them. I can do all sorts of things. And payment in kind can be a really, you know, official, formal process where you go, look, this is what I need. This is what you can do to make it the same number of words. Here's the process. You can have contracts, whatever. But it can also just be small things. You know, if you can get someone a coffee, then the next time they might, you know, just look at your rules for you. There's a whole building up of a relationship that eventually becomes just working in a community, starting with big structured things, but comes down to informal things. You know, always be ready to offer and to trade. Sometimes you can just do a nice thing for someone if you're in their position, but you don't always have to. You can trade. You know, if someone says, look, I really need someone to read my rules today, you go, right, can you read mine? Or if you're in that, you're in the opposite position. You're like, look, right now, I just can't think of any ideas for the magic system. Has anyone got a magic system? Anyone want to write a magic system for this game? Or does anybody want to, you know, help me do mass combat with these rules? Anybody want to help me design the random character generation, or write me an adventure, or all the myriad of things that might be part of your game? You know, just write the rules up for me. I've got them in a rough fashion. I can explain them to you. You put them down. Whatever it is that's blocking you, figure it out and see if someone else can provide it. And, you know, don't be afraid to throw that out there and ask for it. But because you just put behind it, like, whatever you need, I'm willing to do work in. I'm willing to do payment in kind. I'm willing to do work that matches. You know, and there's whole great things that are built around that. There's even a thing, you know, there's whole communities based around this. We have a thing in the RGDA where you trade X pages for X pages. Or you just put up X pages and go, look, here's my X pages, can somebody read them? And with the expectation you'll read at some point someone else's pages that they've submitted. There's a rules swapping event that's happening in February. There's all these ways that you can trade your skills and get the gaps in your design space filled. You can't get there on your own because it's just too much work. And it's a thankless job. So reach out and be ready to do job swaps, talent swaps, payment in kind, whatever it is, even if it's just carrying boxes for somebody or helping them mail things out. Whatever it is, there's people out there who are all doing this for basically for free, running themselves ragged. They need help, and so do you. The best way we can get more games made is for each of us to help each other. So reach out, ask for help, and be ready to send payment in kind back. That's all for this week. Next time, I will see you back here for the same bat channel, same bat time. Remember to like and subscribe, because if I get more subscribers, I get powered up by the algorithm, and then, hey, maybe I can earn a little bit of money, which is good, and I can pay it back to you. Everyone helps everyone. See you next time. Be good, pat dogs, play games, have fun.